Hey everyone, I am finally ready to pour plastic into the mold that we made. I've prepared the mold by spraying in a mold release. Man Release Technologies, James swears by it. James was also kind enough to cut some acrylic to put on the top and the bottom of my mold so that when I put rubber bands around it to hold it together, the pressure is dispersed evenly throughout the mold, so there's not one part that's tighter than another part. We've also figured out the volume of the cavity that's inside of our mold, so the volume of the mask, we figured that out last video, is 2.27 ounces, so that's how much material is going to go inside of the mold and fill it up all the way, so not too little but not too much to where it runs over. I have put some hot glue around the pour cup and the vent just to act as a little barrier in case spills do happen. The material that we're putting in, we're using Polytech plastic, Easy Flow 60 liquid plastic. It has a consistency of water, so it flows very easily, but it has a very quick mixing time, only about a minute. So for the rubber, we mix it for about 3 minutes. For this, we're only gonna mix it less than a minute, and then pour it in, and then it'll set up in 30 minutes. And when it sets up and we take it out of the mold, it's gonna look like this. So I cast this one last night, and this is the white of the material. This is a plastic. Polytech is a white plastic, and we can see our pour and our vents. And after it is done, I need to chop those off, cut them off, and then sand that area down, and then that's the final product. So I have taken my time to producing these, from 5 hours 3D printing them to about half an hour, 45 minutes casting them. Here we go. And then after it's all filled up and I can see that there's plastic coming out of both my pour cup and my vent, I'm gonna agitate the mold a little bit to make sure that there are no air bubbles trapped in there, and make sure that the liquid has gone to all the little crevices inside of the mold. So I've added some alcohol-based ink to this plastic. James and I talked about this white and how it shows a lot of dirt and grime. And then after contacting the Polytech company, they said that any alcohol-based ink can go into the plastic and that will color it. So I found a Sharpie, because I know that those are alcohol based, and I got the little ink pad out and squished a couple drops in there to get this pink. So I will be back in 30 minutes to take out our pink mask.